Hello, I'm Renee. I'm here with Lovewood. We got 2 days left, midsummer on the 6th day, so we'll see where it takes us. Oh, hi, yeah, these guys were here. On the next morning, I untangle Nord and Atlas and make sure that their recovery is going well. With some of my magic restored, I can heal everything I didn't get to heal yesterday evening. The two thank me for my service and for the sleepover and leave to catch up on their chores. I spend a bit more time relaxing and processing their adventure. Self-care is important for a healer. I can't expect to aid others when I haven't taken care of my own body and mind. After I had some lunch, though, I already feel ready to go out once again. Blossom Moth? I feel like we've talked with Nord and Kayleen with Aleph and Atlas. But Blossom or Moth? Let's go with Blossom. I'll go check up on Blossom today. I'm sure she's at her little farmhouse as usual. A quick look into the garden tells me that she's outside right now. I knock on instead on her door. And sure enough, I can hear her reply. Come right in, the door's open. Inside, Blossom is seated with a bunny on her lap. She's shearing off some of the fluffy fur with a pair of little scissors. Hi there. Kinda got your hands full right now. You gotta give me a few minutes though. I'm almost done with the beast eater here. What a creative name. That's one of your Angora rabbits, right? Yepers. I always try to share them before their fluff gets too uncomfortable for them, especially now during the summer. I watch Blossom gently trim the fur around the rabbit's face and ears, and even take a moment to trim its claws. Is that bunny sleeping? Yeah, that's my magic, actually. I can send these little buggers right into dreamland. Wow, that sounds really powerful. Yeah, I would probably suck at using it on much larger animals. Depends on how strong the creature is and how much they're trying to resist it. My rabbits are tame and easy enough to handle to begin with, but I let them take a nap whenever I shear them anyway. I think it makes the whole thing less stressful for them. Aha, that's kinda sweet. Anyway, I wouldn't be able to knock people out left and right. That's not at least not the magic. Anyway, I think I'm about finished with this haircut. Is that what you came here for? Oh, you recently mentioned I could get some goat milk from you. I thought I would like to give that a try. No problemo. I'll return this lady to her hutch real quick. I follow Blossom to the shed and stables, where she has a fenced run area for her rabbits, apparently divided for the males and females. Beeseater happily hops off. Alright, now about that milk. Hold on. Blossom scans the run and paces towards the shed, as if she's looking for something. Crap. What's wrong? I'm missing a rabbit. I can't find Gary Gray anywhere. Oh shoot, maybe a bird of prey got them? No chance. Gary is an absolute unit. A total chunk. No hecking way a bird could have gotten him. He must have broken out somehow. I'll help you look for him. He can't have gone too far, right? What does he look like? Grey with a dark face, really big. It was next up for shearing, so he's very fluffy. Got it. We should split up. Our chances of finding me should be better like this. I'll be checking on Kayleen's garden first. Veggies there should be really tempting for a bunny. Can you search the forest behind my garden there? Yeah, no problem. We move out. Ew. I walk along the surrounding forest near Blossom's house. This is a familiar music. I think I've heard it before. And something else. A domesticated rabbit shouldn't be too difficult to spot, right? Especially when he's supposed to be large. Still, rabbits are pretty good at hiding, and there's a lot of spots around here where he could have hopped to. Huh? That must be him. Now, what do I do? Carefully beckon him over. Keep an eye on him for now. I don't know if he's tame enough to let himself be beckoned over by a stranger, but at least I can watch him for now. What matters is I don't lose track of him or startle him. Luckily, Gary doesn't seem to make a lot of efforts to move. He's busy nomming on some dandelions. Eventually, I hear some footsteps. Blossom, over here. Oh my gosh, you found him. I legit thought he would be gone forever. Blossom carefully approaches. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my god. Ah! Oh no. I love him. Approaches the rabbit and picks him up with ease. And he doesn't protest. Thank you so much for the help. Don't mention it. I'm glad the furball is safe now. Let's get this troublemaker back home. I'm gonna check if there's any holes in the fence so he may have squeezed through. Once we're back home, Blossom returns Gary to the rest of the group and eventually lets the rabbit back in the shed as the evening falls. Alright, nobody's missing and the fence should be fine. That was, certainly enough excitement for one day. You really care about those fellas, huh? Yeah, I can get pretty worked up about it. I am responsible for these creatures after all. I mean, they're not like their wild counterparts. These bunnies wouldn't be able to survive out there. They would get all tangled up or freeze in the cold because their fur isn't meant to get wet. They were bred this way to benefit us. In turn, I gotta nurture them. I wouldn't be able to take care of them. If I wouldn't be able to take care of them, I would feel like crap about myself. That's very responsible of you. Sorry. I went on a bit of a rant there. It's okay. To be honest, I didn't expect you to care quite so much about these little buggers. Really? Why? No offense, you just look so tough. Like you could be a warrior or something. And instead, I'm brushing bunnies, huh? We all have our own thing that's worth fighting for. Maybe it's not objectively meaningful to everyone else, but it's meaningful to me. Life is nicer when you allow yourself to care about things, even if nobody else seems to be on board. Well, I care too, for all it's worth. I know. Oh, before you go, I just remembered the milk. Wow, I've completely forgotten about that. Blossom hands me 2 bottles of goat milk. They're in the house, don't let them go to waste. Again, thanks for the help today. I think we had a nice little adventure of our own. That was nice. I spent some time at home organizing my things and sipping on milk. It was fascinating to see Blossom's softer side today. There might be much more to her yet. The way a fairy feels about you may have been influenced by how you treated someone they're close to. Huh. Interesting. It's a day of the midsummer celebration. The weather looks quite pleasant. Let's hope it'll stay this way until the evening when the party starts. Question, do I ask someone out? With everything I've experienced since I've arrived, I've gotten to know some of the townspeople fairly well. I could connect to some of them more easily than others. If I'm going to ask one of them out on a date, I'll have to decide now. I'm not sorry. They are my favorite. I made up my mind. I'm gonna ask Aleph if they would go to the midsummer celebration with me. As one would expect, I find them hanging out in front of their shop cart. They just finished selling some grapes to a fairy who has duck feathers for a tail. The customer happily saunters off and Aleph tips their hat as they see me approaching. How's it going? Pretty okay. Looking forward to the party this evening. Aleph makes a bit of an awkward face but nods. I'm a little nervous about it myself. I'm glad you're going to be there too. I would like to ask something concerning the celebration. Aleph tilts their head and motions their hand as if to say go on. Well, how about we go there together? As a day? No, that sounds awful. I need to do a double take to register what they're really saying. You mean you'd really like to go? Aleph nods, a broad smile on the face. Why did you ask me, of all people, though? The amount of lovable bachelors in this town is sparse. Because I think you're a genuinely interesting person, one that I would wish to see more in my life. Aleph blushes and fumbles for their chalkboard. I hope I can be what you want me to be. Thanks. You only ever need to be yourself, Aleph. That's enough. Oh, excuse me. Are you aware that I'm not here in town most of the time? Of course. It's part of being a traveling merchant. I just want you to know what you're getting into, if this turns into a bigger thing. I'm absolutely ready for that, don't worry about it. Thanks, Kisu. I was nervous about the party before, but, you know, I'm really excited for it now. Aleph chuckles. Same here. Shall we meet in front of Oberon's residence at 6 p.m? Aleph nods. It's a date. Oh. On my way back home, there's a spring in my step. There's a chance to spend more time with Aleph. I take my time preparing for the festivities. Well, I haven't brought an elaborate amount of fancy garments with me. I think I'll get just fine with what I have. A graceful cape, a shirt, and a vest combo, and something outrageous like, I don't know, pants. Yes, I think that will serve me well. I also don't do some cleaning so the house isn't a mess when I get back. In the meantime, I realize just how little I know about the customs for the midsummer celebration around here. Are there pieces of court etiquette I should absolutely pay attention to? I don't want to embarrass myself. Well, I'm sure if there's anything I need to worry about, Aleph will tell me. By the time evening comes around, I throw on my outfit and make extra sure I'm not wearing anything inside out. Alright, looking sharp, time to do this. As I approach the residence, there's no sign of Aleph yet, but I can already see North and Atlas hurry inside. Of course they would go together. I don't need to wait long until I hear a whistle behind me. Hey, you're looking fresh. Aleph tips her hat as if to return the compliment. Ready to set this place on fire? Sure, unless you're being literal. Then again, there were state activities and comedy strategy. Arson. Aleph holds the heavy doors open for me, and the two of us entered the throne room. I've been to this place before, but the way it looked then doesn't compare in the slightest to the current view. What previously was a dauntingly large, echoing hall with muted lights was now a bright, inviting ballroom brimming with music and cheerful conversation. Wow, what do you think? I'll be honest, I didn't believe this place would look so lively. Aleph nods, looking quite impressed themselves. They motion for me to follow them and take a look around the ballroom. We blend into the crowd. I don't know anyone around here, but it's an interesting mix of people nevertheless. It consists mostly of fairies, but I spot some Lacamora and lizard people in the ballroom. There are plenty of partygoers of all occupations, Well, the nobles seem to prefer staying among their own kind, everyone mixing and getting along quite well. Meanwhile, the servants moved diligently through the hall, offering snacks and drinks on their trays. Lord Oberon and Lady Titania are busy greeting their high-status visitors. I see Oberon bow respectfully to what must be the leader of the neighboring Lycamore settlement, who returns the gesture. After this formal greeting, they pat each other's backs and loosen up noticeably, even exchange some jokes. It's almost uncanny to see two massive forces of nature drink a toast and laugh as if they're all friends who only get to see each other once or twice a year. Heck, that's probably exactly what they are. They're adorable. It's pretty generous of the royals to throw such a big party every year where everyone just show up regardless of invitation. And if that's something between nod and a headshake while scanning downright wasteful buffet. I find it clever. From a strategic perspective, even though Oberon and Titania do a lot for the people, they still live in a luxurious position. By sharing that wealth during an event like this, they're basically pacifying the commoners. Right, at the same time they got to show off to the leaders of the neighboring settlements. And it is pretty smart. There's a pause from them, the court musicians, and the attention focuses onto the royal couple. Speaking of the nobles, is something happening over there? I'm not sure, but I think the dance is about to start. Interesting. Let's watch and see how it goes from now. Excuse me? Wait, where? Oh well. I left notes and we see Lord Oberon and Lady Titania about each other initiate a well-practiced waltz. Shortly afterwards, as if on a solid cue that I didn't notice, the other nobles follow the couple's suit. The onlooking partygoers occasionally react with cheers and applause when Oberon and Titania display a particularly elegant move. They've clearly done this many times. Eventually, commoners from the crowd join in as well. On the center of the hall fills up with gracefully stepping couples. Do you like dancing? I'm kinda rusty when it comes to ballroom dance, but I do enjoy it every once in a while. How about you? Aleph seems a bit surprised that I asked, and casually sets their head straight. My brother taught me how to waltz, but I'm not a big fan. A bit too posh? They grin confirmingly. If there's no risk of me accidentally kicking my partner's knee, what's fun in that? Heh, I'm taking the humor of a step dancer and swing fan yourself. Not sure how you call it, but I would just like to flail my little limbs about a lot. From what I've heard, this dance floor will be open to freeform dance later. Then we could wait, get some snacks and enjoy the view until then. From our comfortable corner of the hall, we listen to the music and occasionally point out interesting little details. I spot Nord and Atlas in a crowd of dancers twirling around and laughing whenever one steps on the other's foot. Aww. As more pairs join in, the dance turns into a game of avoiding collisions with other couples, which is hilarious. It almost feels as if we are invisible observers taking in the sights without being directly involved. And surprised at all the beautiful and funny moments I notice when I allow myself to sit back and open my senses. With time, the atmosphere of the party clearly becomes more casual, and most of the nobles take a break for some refreshments. When the musicians begin playing a more folksy tune, Aleph perks up. We don't need even to exchange words. Every fiber of their existence is screaming, "This is my jam!" Oh. Aleph puts aside their chalkboard and holds out an inviting hand to me, putting on the poshest tone they can muster. May I have this dance? You certainly may. We find a clear spot on the dance floor and have at it. Oh. What Aleph describes as flailing limbs is actually a graceful range of movements. They're bursting with life and joyful expression, and I can see why they were excited for this. Thank you for the thumbnail. Wait, how do I get forward? There we go. This is a playing field on which words don't matter as much as movement does. Right now, Aleph can say actually more than anybody else in this room. At times, we take each other by hand to spin around and float back into our own space. All the while, I can't help but feel mesmerized by their enthusiastic smile. Some of the other dancers and onlookers seem to agree, sending occasional cheer and delighted clapping our way. By the time we're properly tired ourselves out, the party has gotten a bit too noisy for us anyway. My guess is that some of the partygoers have overindulged in punch that's been offered at the buffet. Wanna go take a little stroll outside? Good idea. Oh my god. I do wanna enjoy this sight too. Oh, that is so pretty. The fire looks amazing. We moose. Ugh. We move outside the residence and follow the river. Aleph carefully cleans their slate in the clear water, and after a short walk, we come across a campfire near a riverside. Nod sits on one of the logs that surround it, waving us over. Hey, could you guys watch over the fire for a moment? Sure, where you going? Gotta check if Aleph got lost on his way to get some snacks. Nod dashes off in the direction of the residence. We take a seat on the makeshift benches. Compared to the ruckus outside, this scenery is pleasantly quiet. The river peacefully gurgles on, and the fire crackles and the air is still. Aleph warms their feet near the flame and hums a quiet tune, as if the melody from the ballroom is still echoing in their head. You know, I wasn't sure how to say it before, but I think now I understand why spending time with you is so much fun. They look towards me, listening intently. You have many interesting observations to share. When I'm with you, I feel as if I get a glimpse at the world from a different perspective, and it's a beautiful one. So thanks for that. Aleph smiles, and I think I can see a faint blush on their face. Hey, would you mind if I try something? Try what? They rummage around one of their many pockets until they pull out a small glass bottle filled with a clear, shimmery liquid. That's a truth potion you got from Kayleen. You want to drink it now? Aleph nods. Didn't you say you were going to save it for a special occasion? How is this not a special occasion? I can't argue with that. In that case, I'm excited to see if it'll work. Will you call some medics in case it backfires and knocks me out? I doubt, but it will, but sure. That was probably just a joke, but then again I can only hope that Kaylin did a proper work when preparing this potion. Aleph pops the cork off the bottle and then takes the deep breath and downs the entire content in one go. They make an odd face and a cough a little, then someone who just swallowed, like someone who had just swallowed an unpleasant hard liquor. Doesn't taste great? No, it really doesn't. Oh my god, it's actually working. Wow. Okay, I don't know how long this will last, so there's some things I want to say. Alright, I'm listening. That's a good starting point, listening. Many people only listen because they were awaiting a reply, you know? That's something you get used to when you work with people on a regular basis, and I basically accept it as the standard. But when I'm talking to you, it feels different, like you're actually listening to understand. Not just when you're with me, either, but you do the same thing when you talk to Kayleen or anybody else. I noticed that. It's rare, and I think it's wonderful. The words spilling out of Alice as they beam with the eagerness of someone who hasn't been able to speak freely like this for a long time. And after today, I can tell that it's not just some facade you put up. This is really how you are. You're considerate, kind, and smart. And you make me feel at home. I mean, you don't just make Leapwold feel like a home for me. It feels as if you could be my home, if that makes sense. You have this way of making me feel safe, even when I'm much out of my depth, as during this fancy party just now. Oh. There's a light tremor in Alet's hands, which I hope comes from excitement and not the effects of the curse and the potion choking it out in their head. Oh no. Maybe if we had some bad luck when it comes to magic, but I still must be really darn lucky to have someone like you in my life. I feel like I've just been rambling this whole time without saying a lot. What I'm trying to say is thanks for being the way you are, Kizu. Thanks for letting me take a part in your life. And well, I hate you. Oh no. Oh. Ah. Oh, has the effect worn off? Not sadly. Don't worry. I know what you were trying to say. They breathe a sigh of relief and lean against my shoulder. I hate you. Oh no. I can't help but be awestruck, though I'm not sure if it's because what they just told me, or simply because I never heard Alice talk so much for a long time before. It's so cute. They only had one of these potions, and you clearly took some energy out of them. They could have used it for any purpose, any occasion, but they choose to do it when they're with me. I get Alex little in the blackboard, but instead of passing it on to them, I slide it down onto my lap. I simply write, I love you too. Alice chuckles and presses a kiss onto my cheek. We snuggle in front of the fire while millions of stars watch us from above. It's a warm and comfortable moment of affection. One that couldn't possibly be disturbed except by Nord. Hey guys, we're back! Good evening to you two. Jeez, I've forgotten about Nord and Atlas. Oh, shoot. Are we interrupting something? Only a little. This is your fire though. Sit down, fellas, come on. Maybe we can pacify you with some stick bread and other culinary delights. Oh, did you get some bacon too? Alice shows us a bowl of campfire food he brought. Meat, vegetables, bread dough. He even acquired some marshmallows, though he insists calling them candy patata quimade. Instead, I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm pretty sure his pronunciation is off, but I'll humor him. We spent the rest of the night telling stories by the fire, roasting food and goofing around. I almost can't believe how at home I already feel here. It has only been a week ago since I arrived in this town, unsure whether I would fit in. But now I have not only found new friends, but also a partner who will go through thick and thin with me. This is a joyful night. And one that I hope is only the first of many to come. Oh. Oh. So cute. Is that it? Well, that's a perfect time to end it, I suppose. I hope that was a lovely, lovely game. I enjoyed it. I hope you liked it too. You know the drill. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and bye!